Freaks was just finally released to Redbox. This is a movie I've been looking forward to for a little while now, but didn't want to pay the $6.99 for it that it's been on VOD for a little while. And so it came out to Redbox today, so I went over and grabbed it. Merry Christmas to everybody, by the way. It is officially Christmas where I am right now. It is like 12:30, so yeah, we are in Christmas time. So now this is a science fiction thriller, and when I went into this, I knew really nothing about it. I had surmised a plot synopsis from the title and just from vague things that I was hearing. And I was kind of ish right. What it is there is this young little girl who's absolutely incredible in this movie. I just want to say that right up front. I think this little girl, the actress must be 8 years old. I mean, super, super young kid. She's supposed to be seven and a half or something in the movie. If she's even close to that age, which I'm guessing that she is, I mean, she's only a year older than my daughters. Incredible. I couldn't get my kids to do this, not even close. So her performance alone is fucking fantastic. Anyway, so this little girl, she's being held in a house by her father, played by Emil Hirsch. I think that's how you say his first name. And he tells her that they can't go outside, that they can't interact with anybody because people are looking for them because they're freaks. And he's training her for the day that they eventually get caught or something happens. He's trying to make sure that she has the best chance of survival, because in this world, freaks are being hunted by a unique kind of task force, police force. And so as the movie goes on, she starts to question everything around her. And that's about as much as I'll divulge there. I really enjoyed this movie. Now, I will say, the first 30 minutes of this movie, I had no idea what the hell was going on. And I actually found myself to be a little bored. Just a little bit. But I think the boredom came from kind of my confusion of what the hell was all going on. That said, as the movie progresses and things are revealed, I started getting a better sense and a better grip on what I was watching, and it just kept getting better for me. And its final climatic scene of the last maybe 20 minutes, I was super involved in, had a great payoff, was absolutely pleased with it at the end. So it's kind of an odd film. It feels low budget at times, and then it feels like mid-range budget. Never feels high budget. It's a very fresh take on the superhero genre-ish. Not really. I don't want to get people's expectations in the wrong place. But this feels like a darker X-Men Origins kind of feeling. Like if they were to take an X-Men character, like a, Jean Grey or something, and do a really dark, almost horror-toned backstory, origin story for her childhood, then you'd kind of have this movie, and you told it in kind of an odd way. It's not so much that the storyline doesn't have a linear narrative. It does. It's just the tone of the movie feels very odd and eccentric at times. And I think you'll know what I'm talking about when you watch it. I can't really put my finger on it. I feel like it's because they're trying to keep a mystery and confusion around things. So I just felt like the film almost felt dreamlike at times, but actually makes sense for the character when it all plays out. That's not a spoiler. I don't feel like any of this is spoiler territory. But I really enjoyed this. I honestly, as I said, 30 minutes in, I was kind of like, I don't know if this one's going to be for me. I'm kind of getting lost. I'm kind of getting bored because I feel lost. And having now seen the whole thing, I'd really like to go back and watch the first 30 minutes to see what my issue was and to see if things are as confusing as I made them out to be. Maybe because things weren't being spoon-fed to me, and I'm used to that as of the movies I've watched lately. Maybe I just wasn't grasping something that I should have been. But regardless, at the end of the day, what really matters is how the movie ended for you and how you felt about it overall. And I felt very good about it. And I can easily recommend this to people who this obviously sounds good to. You'll know who you are. Some people are very turned off by anything science fiction or any kind of, the superhero thing doesn't really apply to this, but it kind of does. And you'll get a better sense of what I'm talking about when you watch it. But yeah, for the people who this is going to land for, I think it's going to land for them really, really damn well. I think that it just falls short of being great, and I think that has to do with the script just needs some tweaks, and the budget feels very wonky at times. As I said, I felt like I was watching something low budget, and I feel like that might have to do with the actors. Like, the little girl's great. Bruce Dern, who I don't even think I mentioned is in this, did I? Shit, I got Emil Hirsch, and then Bruce Dern, yeah. Bruce Dern's freaking awesome, and Emil is good, and the little kid's great. And then there's other characters that are in this movie, like a family that lives next door, and they felt very cheap. They felt like they were in a B movie. And then the other actors, the ones that I just mentioned, felt like they were in a solid movie. So it felt uneven in those places for me. Their acting wasn't bad, those other characters. It just felt misplaced. It felt like it was in a cheaper movie, like you were watching something ultra low budget. But everything that was kind of focused more on just Emil, the little girl, and Bruce Dern, all that felt good. All that felt higher budget, and that might just be because of their acting. But it's clearly a lower budget, but not ultra low. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' thoughts. It's at Redbox. It is 100% worth the $1.75. It's not on Blu-ray, so you can't upgrade to it. But check it out. Let me know. Adios.